Apex Legends came out in an era when the Battle Royale genre was at its peak, trying to get a piece of Fortnite's success. OG Apex Legends was different. Like Fortnite, which had its own building feature, Apex was a first-person shooter game with legends that had their own unique abilities. This game was going to attract a huge audience of Overwatch players, Titanfall players, and Paladin players. However, the perfection of a game needs to stand out from other Battle Royales to give consumers something new and fresh to play, and that should not be tampered with. On February 4th, 2019, Respawn dropped Apex Legends. No leaks, just a free-to-play Battle Royale set in the Titanfall universe. The game launched with 8 legends, a single map, Kings Canyon, and instantly hits 25 million players in its first week, way more than Fortnite's first launch of only 1 million players, a number that Apex managed to achieve from the start compared to other Battle Royales. No marketing blitz, no hype train, just a smooth, clean launch, and suddenly everyone was dropping into Kings Canyon. I felt like the different spots on the maps in the OG Apex told a story, back when Apex had good lore going on at the time. The movement was incredibly satisfying. The best way to describe it is that it felt similar to the movement in Call of Duty, but it was much faster at the same time, making that mechanic both responsive and addictive. There were only 8 legends, which meant there were no outrageous abilities and no complex metas to study, just pure synergy and smart play. Lifeline's old revive shield, Gibraltar's dome, and Brave's portal plays made the game feel fair and tactical, rather than overpowered. No EVA shields, no crafting, and no overwhelming loot RNG. You land, loot, and fight. It's pure Battle Royale. Let's not forget the sound design, the ping system, and the clean user interface, which set a new standard for the entire genre. OG Apex Legends wasn't trying to do too much. It simply excelled at what it aimed to accomplish. I'm going to provide a brief review of all the seasons that I have played. In March 2019, the Battle Pass era begins. Octane joins the roster, bringing speed and chaos to the fight. Not much else changes, but Apex now has a roadmap for growth. I played this season on my brother's Xbox, but I only played it once and never touched the game again. I remember when my nephew would always tell me to get Apex and how fun the game is. However, at the same time, I couldn't play it because I had a Nintendo Switch, which wasn't available at the time, for Apex. So my only option was to play Fortnite. The season when I was able to finally play the game again, when I got my first PlayStation 4 for Christmas. And this was the season when a massive shift occurred. In October 2019, we left Kings Canyon for the icy terrain of World's Edge. Crypto hacked his way into the game, and the charge rifle became popular. This was the moment when Apex began to feel like it was evolving, and I finally had the opportunity to play a bit of Apex with my nephew. In February 2020, the season when I started playing the game more, Revenant emerged, killing Forge in a cinematic twist. Kings Canyon returned briefly, and the Sentinel dropped. Apex reached 70 million players worldwide because of this season. In May 2020, Loba joins the hunt, elevating loot thievery. Skull Town is destroyed, and Respawn is now conveying real story arcs in the game. This season was when I bought my first ever battle pass in this game and grinded as much as I could to reach the beautiful tier 100 legendary gun skin, the Wingman, and of course, the Mirage legendary skin and the Bangler skin. In August 2020, Rampart introduced turrets and walls. Crafting was introduced, changing the loot system forever. World's Edge became even more vertical as well. This season was the most fun for me personally because I had so many friends to play with, and I tell you, we would play every day as a trio. In November 2020, the season I was most excited for, Horizon, launched with gravity-defying powers. We also got a brand new map, Olympus, sleek, bright, and high speed. Vehicles also entered, making travel faster around the new map. During the middle of this season, the game became boring to me because since I played this game so much, it started to become stale. So I decided to take a couple days break from it and play the other games until I got back into playing it again. In February 2021, explosive content arrived with a bang. Kings Canyon was rebuilt once again. The milestone of 100 million players was reached, and this was the season when I purchased my last battle pass. But I was still excited for this season in the same time. In May 2021, a significant update was released, introducing Valkyrie. A new arena mode was added featuring a 3v3 tactical fights without the Battle Royale format. The Bocek bow became a game changer this season. However, this was also when I started to have less desire to play the game. Although I still played occasionally, only when my friends were on, the game often felt repetitive at times. On August 3rd, 2021, Seer joined the game as a recon legend with heart sensing abilities. He quickly became controversial due to his strength at launch, as well as other reasons I won't get into. Anyway, this was the season when I lost interest in the game and never returned. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I found this season much more boring than season 9. I'm not going to go into the other seasons because I never played them. The last season I played was season 10. With friends, it would be enjoyable at times, but I would always find myself deleting and downloading the game again and again. Apex Legends features a cartoonish aesthetic combined with a more realistic style of Call of Duty, which appeals to both kids and adults. The game introduces characters with unique abilities that can be used in combat, a mechanic already seen in team-based shooter games but now integrated into the Battle Royale format. I find the lore to be quite confusing. I haven't kept up with Apex in a while, and to be honest, I'm not even sure if they are still continuing the storyline. The lore that Apex used to offer always got me excited for the next legend, making me wonder what their story will be and how they connected to the other current legends that came before them. To me, Apex felt like a different version of Fortnite. This was the second Battle Royale game that brought back the nostalgia of the good old days during Fortnite's peak. I was always excited for a teaser or trailer to be released, eager to see what the next new thing would be. I felt the same level of excitement with Apex, which is why I would consider this game the second best Battle Royale that I have ever played. However, popularity can only last for so long, and if executed poorly over time, it will eventually meet its downfall. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. And we are so close to 500. And we are so close to 500 subscribers. We're almost there. So hit that like button.